Guys, what goes through your mind when you're having? Don't come yet, bro. I take forever to come. 30 minutes if I'm lucky, and doing it by hand, an hour if there's, and possibly never if I don't help it along manually. It is weird and tight to find yourself constantly apologizing that you haven't come yet. Next time you come early, remember that it is a compliment, and there are men out there furiously beating their meat after they wear out their wives, wishing they had it so easy. If they are actually enjoying it, can you feel it? After like 3-4 orgasms, women relax a lot and it gets really wet. That's usually what I wait for before finishing. You can fake 1 orgasm, but you can't fake 5 lol. Do gotta be careful though when you feel that happen, you're pushing into squirting territory, and that grosses a lot of people out. Nothing you can't fix with a towel. It's never more than a couple ounces that comes out. If I'm focused on my thoughts, then things probably aren't going so well. I am a very high-stress person, and when my husband and I are getting things started, I repeat to myself, get out of your head and into your body, in my mind of course, and it actually helps me so much. Hoping I'm doing a good enough job that she will want to again. Trying to burn the memories into my brain in case she doesn't. The word burn and aren't the best combo. For the record, unless you're completely oblivious, most women enjoy it because we know how to subtly lead you to what we want, need. If you follow the hint, you won't have to keep it in a spank bank because you will be invited back. Why is her dog staring like that? One girl got mad at me cause I called her dog off the bed when the girl took my pants off. It was a twin bed and I wasn't trying to be pressed up against her dog like that. She told me it was cruel to make her dog leave a comfortable bed so I could get laid. I told her I think it's cruel to force the dog up against us having. She thought I should leave lol. If we locked the door. Reminds me of when I was having with my ex-wife one time. We had locked the door and were going at it. The kids knocked for something stupid. We yelled through door whatever and went back to it. A few minutes later, my stepson picked the lock on the door. Normal stupid bedroom. Opened the door to stare at my bear banging his mom. Gasps and awkwardness, and he quickly shut the door as his mom yelled at him, and that was that. He was probably about 10. From then on, the your mom jokes hit a little different. I'm a woman, sorry for answering. My thoughts turn off. It seems like his do too. My husband has agreed that is the one thing he truly focuses on. It's funny because during I have no problem just being in the moment and thinking of nothing else. But when a guy is going down on me, no matter how good it feels, it requires some genuine focus to come. If I don't focus, it starts taking a long time. Then I start thinking, is this taking too long? That position he's in cannot be comfy. Think why thoughts. Well, I have hardcore ADHD with an inability to take stimulants like Adderall, alongside level 1 autism, so usually lots of different stuff, with only approximately 25% of it actually being useful in any way. The weirdest thing I caught myself thinking about during that I can remember is probably plan out a rather dark and morbid piece of my master's thesis when I was writing it. I study international criminal law with a focus on genocide and war crimes, so you can only imagine how dark that was. And it's not like I do this because I'm bored, but my brain just can't help but wander no matter how engaged I am. Honestly, it depends on who my partner is and what we are doing. I am enjoying the moment and doing my best so they enjoy it as well, regardless of whether or not it's just a hookup partner or if we are in a relationship. But if I am with someone I'm in a relationship with, I think about how beautiful she is and how powerful I feel for her to be vulnerable with me as we make love. I don't think about coming or not coming. I always go down on her and make her come first anyway, so there is no pressure on me, and I can just enjoy what I'm feeling. Sometimes, though, she just wants to get railed and spanked, so then I imagine I'm a caveman and go to town. It really depends. When I'm taking control, I'm thinking of all the things I could do, as in what positions. Am I going to her fast for a little and then slow it down? Am I going to touch her boobs? Should I take a small break and give her oral for a bit? And in the times she's in charge, I think about all the things I'd maybe like her to do to me and just enjoy the way she asks me. And sometimes I really just enjoy and think of nothing else than how much I love her. Of course, I always do, but sometimes it's the only thought. Loads of people here saying things along the lines of don't come too soon. I remember when I was younger that was a thing. I thought I had to perform. When I met my wife, it was always totally the opposite. Maybe that's why I married her, because it was different with her than everyone else. With my wife, it's always been hot that we can make each other come so quick. I'll go down on her and she'll say, I'm gonna come really quick. When I get balls deep in her, I'll say, this is gonna be really quick. So maybe you do have to perform. You want to get her off. But that doesn't mean banging away for hours until she's drier than an Indian summer. Oh, that feels good. Oh, a little too good. I'm not gonna last long. Better change angle. She made a face. I think she's disappointed I changed it up. Stupid idiot, you lousy to pump chump. What's wrong with you? Oh, shot, get your head in the game. Holy, she's so pretty. How is an overweight schlib like me married to a smoke show like this? I'll do that thing she likes. Yeah, she likes it. It's so hot when she starts to come. Oh crap, I'm getting too into it and went too hard and she made a face like she was in pain. Crap, I'm an idiot and I'm ruining this for her. Oh crap, I'm losing my boner cause I'm thinking too much. Time to start doing that other thing she likes. Yeah, she likes it. Wow, I love it when she moans like that. Oh damn, too hot again. Is it alright if I bust now? It's only been like 4 minutes, better change it up again. Oh crap, it's too late. This new angle doesn't feel as good though, but I'm powerless to stop in a couple of moments no matter what posy. I'm tired and sweaty. Crap, I'm getting my pillow moist. Maybe I should cuddle with her and put my head on her, or would that be gross? Oh, whatever it, she married me, she can deal with it. Honestly, every little annoying thing. My hair is in my face or mouth. My legs are starting to hurt. I'm way too sweaty. I'm almost there. Nope, not yet. My stamina runs or my throat is dry. If I don't keep moaning, she's gonna think I don't like it. I like, and the emotional part of comes with. I like getting off and getting my girlfriend off, but damn, I don't like half as much as I pretend to. I'm horny a lot of times, but I don't know, man. Also, I don't often actually come from regular. It's tough work. Being in the moment, to me, it's like dancing. So I'm fairly calm and relaxed, thinking about keeping the rhythm in sync with my partner, feeling, listening to her and responding accordingly, enjoying her every flex and moan, changing pace to accommodate or lead when it feels appropriate. When she relaxes after an I go downtown till her heart rate calms, then we repeat the process. I try to not get distracted. My mind can wander when I've been with someone for a while. My therapist has helped me with this. I just need to focus on what is happening through 2 major senses, touch and smell. So I'm thinking about how soft her skin is, how her hair smells, how her leg feels when I grab it. It helps me maintain my erection, focus on what I'm doing, and stay in the moment. The moment is what I call her. The FitnessGram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start. Oh God, I'm not doing this right. Is this good? She seems to like this. Okay, let's do this for a while. Is that the air conditioner or is someone at the door? Can people hear us? Should I try something? Okay, let's change positions. My leg hurts. This is worse. I can't fit like this. Okay, that feels good. Am I taking too long? Long story short, everything but enjoying the moment. Paying attention to her body and reactions in order to make her come as much as possible, only to realize that I should probably start focusing on me pretty soon. Oh, I shouldn't have held back so much. Now I have to build it all back up again because she's gonna start getting sore in a bit after coming so much. Big single or multiple, and hell, why do I always have anxiety? God damn it, now she's gonna think she doesn't turn me on because I can stay hard and hold back all night, but what if I don't come? Then I'm getting sore too, and then please, 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 come on, I'm begging you, just come. Something like that. It's like Yosemite Sam trying to get the camel to stop. If we define universe as all there is or all that exists, then obviously, by definition, there can be only one universe. But if we define universe as all we can ever see, no matter how large our telescopes or space-time regions that expand together, then many universes may indeed exist. There is nothing in science more awesome, more majestic. To discern the nature of ultimate reality, one must begin with the challenge of multiple universes. So what is a multiverse? As physicist and Nobel laureate Steven Weinberg told me on Closer to Truth, the source of all following interviews, the word universe, I suppose, should properly mean the whole thing, everything. But when we think of universe, we sometimes use the word to mean just our Big Bang, the things we can see out to almost 14 billion light years in all directions. And in this manner, it's reasonable to question, is our universe unique? Are there multiple Big Bangs? Could there be multiple Big Bangs in different senses? This happened to me twice. I caught a smile and then couldn't stop thinking, stop smiling, but it just made me smile more, so I had to quickly improvise and switch positions so she couldn't see my face, then it went away. The other time I straight up bursted out laughing and I ruined the mood, said it was because the cat was touching my feet and it tickled, but that was straight up bull. Despite most of the comments being jokes, I'll try to actually answer. Usually I'm just thinking about her. How much she's enjoying it and how much I love what we're doing really turns me on. I think about what I could do better and try to respond to what she likes. I also think through the list of moves I know of that really turn somebody on and do the ones I haven't done before that session, like licking all the way up from her waist to her neck to kissing her. I don't really think don't come, or think uni things because I usually make sure she has finished at least once before penetration. I'm not a guy, but I love being able to look down at my boyfriend when I'm riding him. It gives me a sense of pleasure seeing his face. Also, before I continue, you should know I'm a very kinky person and I whisper things into my boyfriend's ear, and when he nearly comes from those words or he moans from them, I smile knowing that he's like that because of me. He's a mess because of me. I love that when I see his face, whether I'm on top or bottom. I love seeing his reaction to everything I do and the new things I try. When I'm in doggy, I am so worried that he's going to hate what he sees, a little stomach flab, my hole, but nonetheless, he constantly reassures me he loves every part of me. And maybe my a little much. He doesn't care that he's seen every part of me. He wants to continue doing it and enjoying everything about me. Completely dependent on the situation. If I'm with a new person, could be anything from worrying about disease to trying not to come by thinking of non-why things. After years with the same person, I could be completely in the moment. I could be completely focused on reading her cues and trying to get her off. I could be trying to hurry things up and remembering a threesome from college or a particularly wally outgoing ex. I'm mostly just trying to manage my lizard brain as best I can. The best is when I feel like I'm already 100% locked in and can just enjoy the moment, but frankly, that's pretty rare. I still can't believe this. Context: my girlfriend and I are 3 years crazy strong. She's one of those stupidly attractive rocket girls who don't know what they look like because most of their life consisted of being shut down and belittled. Too fat this 1 year and too skinny that the next. That's not to say that she can't identify her own dump truck or why dudes stare, but from a bystander's POV, it seems like a struggle to make a genuine connection. It's as though she's always in disbelief because the majority of her immediate family and friends put her down because they weren't blessed with the same freak genetics. It's truly sad how many female friends she's lost due to jealousy and how many male friends she's lost because all they really came for was the hope to. I guess I just got lucky because it was a mutual crush situation and I genuinely just wanted to be there for her. I wasn't even thinking about boning until she kissed me. I 41 divorced, am autistic, and didn't know till earlier this year, so I didn't totally understand the reasoning for what I was going through because I didn't realize I have a sensory issue. I usually think of one of two things. If I am the active one, I am focused on what I am doing. That is, it takes a lot of mental effort. If I am the passive one, if just laying there and she is the active one, kind of nothing for a little bit because I am usually trying to relax and then full sensory overload near the end. I mean to the point where even though it feels good, it is just too much. If I am fortunate enough to meet another S or O, we'll either need ARCs, drugs, or therapy for this unless something changes. Nothing. Sometimes I fantasize while having, still with my partner in mind, usually if things are a bit too tame. Sometimes I tell her the things I think. When in BDSM setting, I usually like to be a bit more philosophical, thinking how suffering could be heightened, how all senses could be used to cause sensory overload while coming, a mix of degradation, pleasure, disgust, pain, temperature difference, and who knows what. I wonder how that would feel, and the moment right after. Various why fantasies, but basic ones. The whole "we shouldn't, but I want you to" thing is really hot to me, perhaps because that necessarily means she's really into it. So I might imagine we're dating, not married. We were both religious, or recall some past occasion where it was especially hot. If it's too involved or different from the current context, the whole thing shatters. Not sure why I do this. It's not like she isn't into it, but I do have a hard time turning off my mind and being fully absorbed by the moment. Maybe it's a desire for novelty? 15 years of marriage makes for a lot of repetition. It varies. I've had times where I am really enjoying how good she looks or how good everything feels. Sometimes I'm distracting myself so I don't come too quickly. I've had times where I just want to finish. I've even had thoughts of how I'm not into it and probably won't come. Have had a few roleplay where responding to her has been in my thoughts. Mostly don't come yet, I should come soon, she's so goddamn hot and stay hard. The latter is mostly because it feels so good that stress exits my body. The rate of me going soft is even faster than after coming. But it didn't feel like pleasure, more like relief, and it lasted longer than how you feel when you come. That's the best description I can come up with. I accidentally destroyed a girl's self-confidence when I went soft on her. I explained the reason, but I guess she don't believe it. We split way soon after, and she went feral looking for validation from other guys. I found out about this only couple of weeks ago when we accidentally bump into each other in London. Damn, maybe I'm just different, but I tried different things to see if she likes it, like touching her here while I do this or biting her here while I do that. I then take mental notes of what gets the most reaction and build up for the big moment. Then I combine a few of her favorite things. I've done that session to put her over the edge, then I slow down, let her catch her breath, and then I do a few things I like to push me over the edge. But to answer your question, I am almost always thinking about her and her pleasure during. I get kinda zone in on her reactions and cues. The more into it she gets, the more into it I get. How she responds to certain things I do, when to ramp things up, when to keep things consistent, with the occasional moments of having to decide if I need to change things, up to extend the ride or go all in for the grand finale. Thankfully, I've generally never had an issue with stamina. It's more a mental choice when I'm ready to finish. But obviously, there's things she can do that are going to make that desire to climax max out the gauges, and it becomes really hard to resist. As a general policy, I try to get at least one orgasm out of her before focusing more on my own satisfaction. It's one big balancing act of waiting for the right time to get selfish. Depends on who you're sleeping with. My very first girlfriend, I couldn't get over how beautiful she was during. I know people joke about making weird faces, but hers was hot. The way she'd look at me and grabbed my hips to pull me deeper. All I could think about was her. With other partners, you focus on different things. The next girl didn't have the best face, but oh heavens, she could ride like a goddess. The way she was able to move her hips was Kalindi. You get my point. Usually, I'm worried about ensuring my partner feels good, but also worried about not being able to finish. The latter stemming from the fact that I almost never finish with a condom on, but am most certainly not risking pregnancy by not wearing one. I only worry about not finishing because it makes my partner feel like they're inadequate, and I don't want them to feel like they're not doing a good job. In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-team. 60% of the time, it works every time. I usually wonder what it's gonna be, 2 minutes or 2 hours. There really is no in-between with me, and I never know which one we are gonna get. Meds really with you. I've actually just quit several times because there was no way I was gonna finish. I've also been 30 strokes in and oh, I feel the tingle. Has been really mentally draining to me for years until I met my current fiance, and honestly, she's good with either one because she sometimes gets off in under 30 seconds. All kinds of things, and it kind of depends on if it's in the middle, the beginning, the end, but I like to look into her eyes, read the color of her cheeks, the way she's breathing, the way she moans, the way she's moving, and with that she's telling me everything she wants in that moment, and I can either give it to her or I can take her the opposite direction, or I can have her ride the fine line of beautiful orgasm, and take her back and forth across that line and just keep building her up. But the main goal is to make it all about her, whether it's slow and deep or just a good founding, and stay on track with that. I'm usually right there in the moment, focused on my partner's pleasure and how good she's making me feel. Sometimes we're in moods or playing scenarios though, and can be rough, gentle, role-playing, or in stealth mode because the bedroom door is open but neither of us want to get up and close it, so silence is called for. Sometimes she's my slut, sometimes goddess, sometimes I'm the escaped prisoner with the warden's wife. God, I hate being a man. I have to do everything, but they all think I'm good. Phew, I'm just exhausted. This is easily the most cardio I get. Look at her just lying there. I'm like one of those guys shoveling coal in the Titanic right now. Oh God, I'm gonna refocus. Think about Dad telling you off. Grandma's neck flaps. Okay, we're back. Is she gonna blow soon? I haven't been for a jog in forever and I just wanna go watch Succession. There she goes. Finally, I can hear those curtains chiffon. Unspeakable dopamine rush, Hugh. I try to be as in tune with my partner as I can by being vocal, asking questions, and listening. Is fun. Don't overcomplicate it. You're rubbing body parts together so that it feels good. Make the other person feel comfortable. Compliment their looks, their S's, how good they're making you feel. Once you get in the moment, all that stuff comes naturally, pun fully intended. Also, sometimes you're going to say something wrong, silly. It's best to laugh at it. I heard this one on local radio. So this guy had a crush at school, and years later he sees her with a bunch of friends in a pub. She sees him and immediately comes over and starts chatting. This guy is so happy that she remembers him, and they order some drinks and she basically escapes her group to talk to him. They have a great night, drink a bit too much, and she's getting flirty and confesses that she always liked him but was too shy to do anything. Anyway, they go back to her place. Turns out it's her parents' place, and they are upstairs asleep, and are deep sleepers. So they sit on the sofa and start getting touchy-feely and start moving things on to the next level. After a while they get down to business, and he's loving life. He's living his dream of screwing his crush, and it feels amazing. He thinks to himself that he mustn't come too quick, needs to stay hard, needs to make her happy, mustn't ruin it by waking the parents up, and so stays as quiet as he can, and he notices that she's being pretty quiet too. But she feels amazing. Not at all like his ex. He tried to control himself and then he comes, damn it. Anyway, it turns out that he'd been screwing the gap in the sofa cushions and she wasn't happy at all. He'd been so deep in thought about not screwing up that he screwed up. Turned out okay though. One of those happily married for 20 years stories.